Hey Katie, I love the idea of doing a video questionnaire, so I have some questions for you. How does the writing process work for you when you write a Tomb Raider adventure? How do you research things, and how long did it take you to write your stories? Do you intend on writing any more? We'd love to know. And Warrior Cats Rule 1000 also said, great to hear from you, Katie. Are you going to be writing any more Tomb Raider stories for your website? I'd love to read a new one. So the writing process is kind of a big endeavor. It takes anywhere from 8 months to over a year to go through the whole process. I started with a really basic plot idea, so I'll use my last story as an example. I wanted to do an adventure in Guatemala, specifically Tikal. I didn't really know anything about it, I just knew I wanted to do a story there. So then I start my research process. I get as many books and videos and go online and research there as well. As much as I can, write it all out, have probably 100 pages of research notes for that story. And it's amazing what you can find as well. That the research process really is golden. You can find a little tidbit of information that can completely change your plot for the better. So if you guys are writing, take your time with the research, find out as much as you can, because it will certainly help you. As far as how long it takes to write the stories, probably 6 months if I'm working on it fairly regularly. It's kind of a big process as well. I hand write my stories, I don't type them. I don't really like the cursor, flashing, demanding that you write something, so the pen is much nicer. Use the pen instead. And as far as new stories, absolutely. I have one in the works. I've had it in the works probably a year and a half now. And, I'm taking a little bit of a break right now. I put out 12 stories in 10 years, so it was a big endeavor, and right now my focus, I just finished 6 years of post-secondary, so my focus right now is finding a job, and I'm actually trying to get in at Crystal Dynamics and working really hard. I've done a lot of projects for them to try and get in. Keep your fingers crossed for me. So yes, I do have one in the works. It is probably the biggest story I've taken on. The research, I'm still in the research phase, but I have started writing a little bit. At the beginning, I knew exactly how I wanted it to go. It's really exciting. I don't want to tell you the plot yet. It's too early for that, but I do have one in the works, so hopefully I'll get back at it soon. And for those of you who want to, keep in contact with how I'm doing on it, you can register for my mailing list. I have a story mailing list. I'll include a link in the video description, so check that out there if you want to subscribe. Hunter also has another question. Can you tell us about your history of tomb raiding? What got you into the games? What was your first Tomb Raider game? What was your favorite experience? And do you have any funny or memorable moments you've had while playing a Tomb Raider game? So the first part of this question I've answered with Steffi's question earlier. So again, just check the video response for the video on my Tomb Raider life story. As far as favorite Tomb Raider experience, probably the first time through any of the games, when you finally get to the end of the level, you collect the treasure and they have that music playing and you just feel so good, you finished the adventure and you found everything. That's, probably my favorite experience, just because you feel so great about completing the level. As far as funny or memorable moments, okay, I have an embarrassing story. I was playing Tomb Raider 3 Aldwych Station. I was home alone, playing, in the back room. I had a different computer at the time. No lights on, had headphones, music turned up. First time through the level, and I went down to where the tunnel is for the train, and I knew there was going to be something there, so I was being really cautious. I was kind of running forward, and then I'd run back because I thought, the train would be coming to get me. So I did that a couple times. I thought I was being smart. And then eventually, okay, there's no train. Ran forward, boom, train got me. I hit the ceiling. I jumped, and when I jumped, I, smashed my keyboard. It was so embarrassing. Luckily, no one was home, but it was so funny. And you guys probably remember the music too, right? When the train hits you. So I definitely hit the roof. That was so funny. All right. Hunter has one more question. What made you decide to offer screenshots on your site? Did you just wake up one morning and say, I want to offer screenshots? How did you find the time to take all of the thousands that you've done? Love your vlog. I check regularly. So it kind of actually started like you mentioned. I started the site in 2000, and at the time there weren't any other fan sites that offered their own screenshots from the games. Everyone had the official ones from, Core Design and Eidos, but nobody had their own. So I wanted to start up a site that was unique. So really that's how it started, and I had one story at the time as well. So it was new, no one really had that as well. So that's how it started. As far as taking the time, yeah, it's been a lot of work, but I really enjoyed it. I think if you love something and you're passionate about it, you'll make the time. You sacrifice certain things to do other things that you want. So, it really wasn't about how to find an hour here or there. It was just making the time to do it. But it's been a lot of fun, and I enjoy it. Alrighty, the next question is from Curtis Scout. Did you also enjoy locking Winston in the freezer? Do you prefer Coors games or Crystals? I mean, in Coors games it was always exciting to collect medipacks and stuff, and in Crystals it doesn't even matter because the games are so easy themselves. There's not much adrenaline to it, if you know what I mean. Absolutely, I love locking Winston in the freezer. That's the first thing I do when I start playing her house. He goes in, I lock it, I probably feel a little guilty, so I take him out, and then I shoot him in the shooting range. As far as Core or Crystals games, I'll always be a fan of the classic games. They're by far my favorite. We had 6 games plus 3 gold games, so we have such a history there. Crystal Dynamics just haven't had the time to build up that many games yet. So I'd say Core's games right now. Next question is from Lance the Raider 2. Katie, is there a way you can upload a clip of your Tomb Raider Lara Croft fan movie you made a while back? No, I'm sorry. I got a lot of emails after the documentary came out. Everybody wanted me to put up the video. So I compromised and I put up screenshots instead. But I don't plan on putting up the video. The screenshots really take up the whole time. The video is only about 2 minutes. It wasn't anything long at all. And the little snippets that were included in the documentary kind of give you a good enough idea. So, sorry, I will be putting it up. Next question is from Adam from the Tomb Raider forums. What console do you play the Tomb Raider games on? So I play on PC. Always played everything on PC. I don't own any consoles actually except a PSP that I bought about a year ago. So I've played, replayed some of the classics on that, but I am primarily on PC. The last question is from Dylan2340, and he said, what do you think about Keely Hawes not returning? I thought she was brilliant. I think Keely did a good job as well, but it's time to move on now, I think. Tomb Raider 9 is going to have a younger version of Lara, so I don't think her voice would necessarily suit that role. And we've had a bunch of different voice actresses already throughout the series, so it's just natural to move on and have a new voice for Lara. So she did a good job, but I think it's time for a new one. And Dylan, I just wanted to give you a quick shout out. So those are all of the questions. Thank you guys so much for sending them in. I've had a lot of fun shooting this video. I plan on doing another one of these sometime in the future, so keep your eyes open for that. And as always, don't forget to subscribe and follow me on Twitter. I love sending you guys messages and chatting with you throughout the day. So I hope you've enjoyed this, and I will see you soon.